Yo, I haven't done a cartoon ranked in a while, mainly because I've been too busy creating sensational fanfics like I Would Come Oreo Filling. That's a classic. Another classic, 96 Hours, 420 Days Without Horny Help Me Out. Oh, of course, the absolute banger that just dropped as well today, 2022. Now shoot that white goo. I'm gonna say I'm amazing. New York Times bestseller instantly. Fucking getting, love it. Anyway, regular show. Fucking loved regular show when it aired on CN back in the early 2010s. Growing up with Adventure Time, Gumball, uh, and a regular show was amazing. Of course, Cartoon Network. I've already been through this in the Adventure Time video, but Cartoon Network was obviously on its deathbed pretty much in the late 2000s. They of course wrapped up or shelved a lot of cartoons, coming to an end. Like Grim Adventures Billy and Mandy, I believe, was ending around around the late 2000s. Of course, you had the big money maker and the Powerpuff Girls, which ended for Cartoon Network. The original Teen Titans, another big one. Codename Kids Next Door, another big hitter for them. Foster Some for Imaginary Friends, that ended around the mid 2000s. Chowder, Flapjack, which were kind of like the only two late 2000s shows that would end for the network. And in came in the like of Build, Destroy, Build, CN Real shit, which was cartoon. It's Cartoon Network, not Live Action Network. Like, what the fuck's this? Thankfully, by 2010, we had, the likes of Adventure Time and regular show to help pave the way and kind of put Cartoon Network on a bit of a road to recovery, as well as Gumball coming in 2011. And then, of course, 2013, you had the likes of Teen Titans Go, which would pretty much be the big money maker for Cartoon Network. As much as everyone doesn't like that series, you can't argue with the success that it's done for the network. And it's a bit like SpongeBob nowadays for Nickelodeon. Yeah, it's getting milked. I mean, SpongeBob is well into, is it like season 14 something now, season 15. The original creators obviously passed away too. Movies galore, spin-offs for both Paramount Plus and Nickelodeon Network itself. Teen Titans goes in its 7th season. Potential coming to an end. A Night Begins to Shine spin-off coming out soon. And a 4th fucking movie, which is basically Teen Titans Go versus DC Superhero Girls, because they haven't done enough crossovers with that other show. It's like the 4th or something, the 5th, 4th crossover they've done. Anyway, this isn't about Teen Titans Go, it's about Regular Show. Regular Show, created by J.G. Quintel, best known for his work on the likes of Flapjack. He also helped out on Pendleton Ward's acclaimed series Adventure Time, both as a writer and even as a guest star. He would of course write actually a pretty fucking good episode in which Finn had to fight his fear of water, and that was written by J.G. Quintel before he went on to make Regular Show, and he would come back in the season 9 premiere of The Orb, in which he voices a blue jay. No, it's not Mordecai. It isn't. You can make that comparison all you want, but it's not. J.G. Quintel, of course, would leave Cartoon Network. He'd go on to work for the likes of HBO Max. He's currently putting out Close Enough, which is an adult animated series for that streaming service, which is currently in its second season, potential third season on the way. Really fucking good. You can very much tell it's inspired and took a lot of inspiration from regular show, both in the way it looks and just the humour, but just, you know, a bit more adult, a bit more we can get away with shit, which is a bit like what Distant Lands did for Adventure Time. You know, some networks can be a bit more lenient with, you know, what we can get away with and what we can portray. Hence why we get shit like, you know, a fucking great fan fiction episode in Obsidian for Distant Lands, whereas in the original series we won't get much romance between Marceline and Bubblegum. But yeah, a regular show first premiered in around the mid 2000s. Similar kind of feel to Adventure Time. It was kind of plugged away to various networks such as Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network. It actually first premiered, I think, as just like Adventure Time on Nickelodeon regular show. And it done well. It actually won an award. J.G. Quintel actually won an award for one of his shorts. I think it was The Naive Man from Lollyland, or it might have been the critically acclaimed 2 a.m. in the PM. Can't remember which one, but he did win an award for one of them shorts. The first short was released in 2005, The Naive Man from Lollyland, in which Pops, or rather just an unspecified lollipop man, but let's be fair, it's Pops. He visits the US and he's getting into an argument with a waiter because his currency is lollipops and they don't accept lollipops as currency, you know, cash. Pay up. It's a nice little short, you know. It's very roughly animated, you know. It's just in like basically like a flip book style. Black and white, no colour. What you see is what you get basically for these two shorts, and you know, for what they are, they're okay. Of course, they're not on the same milestone level as Adventure Time short that premiered for Nickelodeon, but for what this was, it was okay. And J.G. Quintel did the voices himself, because J.G. Quintel would obviously make more voice contributions in regular show, being the voice of High Five Ghost and Mordecai. You know, it was just a good short, really. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, decent enough. Gets the job done. 2 a.m. in the PM, which aired in 2006. This was the one where basically some random thing ended up turning these two gas station workers into a talking anthropomorphic blue jay and a gumball machine, which would be best known as Mordecai and Benson, and they're basically just trying to get back into their normal human selves. By the end, it was good. It's another classic short. I think this was the one that actually blew up for J.G. Quintel to basically for Cartoon Network to consider regular show. So this was around the mid to late 2000s. So yeah, 2006. The short, and it did well. It did well to get Cartoon Network listening. And then by 2009, we'd get a pilot in which Mordecai and Rigby basically just play a game of rock paper scissors and see who does the most, and the universe shits itself in the end. They'd actually do a similar episode in a later season of the pilot episode, parodying that pilot episode. I think the same thing beat by beat. It was a good pilot episode, you know. I think it's got everything that regular show would be best known for. Insane fucking shit happening from like a basic premise of rock paper scissors. Mordecai and Rigby's kind of stoner-esque mannerisms and just their humour and everything, you know. It's everything really that a teenager / young adult would kind of dig into. And yeah, that's the shorts and the pilot. Pretty damn good. Probably, yeah, really good, fucking good. Can't wait to get into talking about regular show because it is one of my favourite Cartoon Network series. It's probably my favourite of the big three. If we're ever having a discussion, Gumball unfortunately has to go third because I haven't seen all of Gumball. Adventure Time, very close second. Fucking adore it. I mean, come on, I've got seasons 1 to 5 on DVD. Come on. Clearly, I'm a big fan. Clearly, I'm a big fan of The Land of Ooo. And I'd have to put regular show at number 1 just because I've adored watching it on my TV. And speaking of Adventure Time coming back to TV, it's coming back on the Cartoon Network UK feed. Can't fucking wait. I know it's only reruns, but it's about fucking time that we got them. we can finally get to watch season 6 to 10, which never got a DVD release, by the way. Never got a DVD release in the UK.